Okay, I think we're live. Are we here? Is everybody here? Hello, hello, hello. So, I've been busy. We've had some work that we've had to do this past week. It's been hot. The air conditioner went out at our shop. That was not very comfortable. Thankfully, today it got fixed. I've been working out in the garden in the early morning before it gets hot. So, kind of been playing in the dirt, if you will. Um, And I've just been trying to figure out what I wanted to do today. And I was planning to do some traveler's notebooks, but apparently I just didn't have the time nor the motivation. Sometimes that happens. You know, I am human too. And sometimes I'm not completely in the mindset to get it going. So I thought today we'd play around. I've got a paper sack that I have cut apart that has a logo on it. And I've got some uh, scraps of paper, some pieces, some gel prints, and I thought we could do is some collage or something to that effect. I've got a couple of envelopes that I thought we might use. I'm kind of thinking that what I want to do is make a journal out of the cover that opens this way as opposed to opening that way. I don't know. It's something I am thinking of. So I'm going to start with what's going to be my inside pages. I want to make sure y'all can hear me. I did go live, right? I thought I hit the button. I want to make sure. Y'all speak up in the chat and let me know that you can hear me, okay? Okay, I got it. All right. Let's close that. Go here. All right, I got the boss fight going. All right, so here's what I've got. I've got a paper sack that I picked up a while ago because we haven't shopped at that grocery store in a while. Okay, thank you, Robin. And then I've got a piece of some pattern. I've got some papers. We'll do some stenciling. So here's what I'm going to start with. I'm just going to grab, this is a pattern I've had. So I'm just going to rip a piece of it. Maybe I'll rip a couple. And I want to cover up this crest logo. So I've got some paint, not paint, glue that's been watered down a little bit. And I have a paint brush. That's what I meant to say. So I'm going to take this and kind of just apply a little bit of paint. And it's not going to be perfect. It's just basically I wanted to do a project that hopefully you're inspired to kind of do on your own, and you don't have to think a whole lot about it. I'm just going to kind of, that is just watered down Aline stacking glue. In the middle of a conversation already. Oh my gosh. Hey, Christina. Hello, hello, hello. Loud and clear. Good, good, good. All right, so I've just got another pattern piece that I'm going to glue down. I am going to cut this bigger piece down later, so I want to kind of make sure that I get my pieces adhered down really well. All right, so I got to start. And then I've got, this is a gel print where I had printed the edge, so I'm going to rip this. And let's just kind of, I think I'll just kind of go around the edges here. Maybe I'll even line it up in the corner. Yeah, we'll do that. So I'm going to add some glue across the corner here. Kind of glue that down. How is everybody? Y'all having a good week? It's been good? Like I said, I've been busy with work and working out in the yard. I found out a very dear friend of mine that I just had dinner with. She had a heart attack, was in the hospital for a couple of days. Thankfully, she's doing better now, but that was kind of scary to learn about. I was like, wow, you were just here. And she's, I believe, I didn't get an answer back, so I think she's home today, because it just happened a couple of days ago. Going to go see my in-laws for dinner tomorrow night. Those of you that are in America, it is Independence Day tomorrow, so we said let's have some hamburgers and hot dogs for dinner. Yeah, you got to stop. You got to stop saving all of it, right? So this is glue that I'm putting down. You could use matte medium if you want to glue your papers down. All right, so I'm just kind of adding a few more here. So let's grab, I've got another print. Let's, I'm going to rip this in half and use part of it over here. The other side of the bag is plain. It's just plain paper. So I don't know if I want to go ahead and collage on that side too, or if I'm just going to do the one side. Okay, I'm just kind of, I got my gloves on so my fingers won't get too messy. Oh, well, thanks for coming in, Sheila. Hello, hello, hello. Watching fireworks on the water. Ooh, pretty. Yeah, I'm glad she's doing better too. It's scary when you find out about a friend that you're like, wow, no, don't tell me that. I don't want to hear the bad news. Okay, glue that. I watched one of my own videos today, back when I did the sewing theme mixed media paper bag journal. And I thought, well, you know, I've got these bigger paper sacks. Why couldn't I use those? Well, this is kind of a neat, colorful piece. I'm just going to rip it and apply it. Trying to put enough glue on it. You could use your favorite glue. You can use glue stick, whatever. I'll put it kind of like that. Okay. All right, I like that. Let's just look and see what else I have. Oh, I've got a piece of music here. It's been sprayed with some Tattered Angels, so let's just put it right here. Kind of line it up. Let it overlap a little bit. I may not see everything. Yeah, it is definitely scary for sure. Oh, well, I'm glad that you could be here. All right. Well, here's another, just a torn piece that I have. Let's put it right there. This is a great way to use up your gel prints and mixed media papers. I thought I saw a piece of this. Oh yeah, this is a book page that someone sent me where they had torn up a book and it was foreign text, but they didn't know how to use the pages. So I was like, I'll use them. Okay. I'm just kind of collaging over the whole thing. That way I've got some interesting bits going on. Put this right here. Okay, there we go. Got that one down. I use a lot of glue when I do this. Okay, so we got that side. Let's do one down here. Maybe I'll go this way. Yeah, right here. Okay. Now I'm all excited about what I'm doing here. I'm just kind of in the zone. So if you've asked me some questions and I didn't see it, sorry. You have the Pioneer and Bell. Oh, yeah, does it work pretty good? Sticks pretty good. Some people love glue sticks. I've not really been a huge glue stick fan. Oh, here's some more mixed media papers. Oh, let's put it up here. Kind of cover up the Crest logo. And I've got this little piece, so I'll just put it right here. And put something here. I've got this piece. I hate to cover up the pattern, but I got a piece over here, so I'm going to cover this area. This will also make this paper a lot thicker. You could also use this as a journal cover, you know, by collaging all over a paper sack like this. Then you could use this piece that you made as a cover for a journal. Okay, just kind of smoothing that out. All right, so that kind of looks interesting there. I don't think I need to put a piece of paper over it, but I want to put something down. You can't see it down here. Hey, Janice, welcome, welcome, welcome. So I always have problems with glue stick, the paper popping off later on down the road, and that's very annoying to me. Oh, I got this pink scrap. Maybe we can put it right there. Yeah, let's do that. Cover up some of this. Okay, got that piece. Got another book piece here, so this one's already has some distress inks on it. So I'll just go right across the bottom here. Okay, do something like that. I'm not really thinking about what I'm doing. I'm just kind of pasting things down, if that helps anybody. I started to glue that down and I saw it had some pink on it, so I flipped it over. Okay. Double. You like the double-sided tape? A lot of people like double-sided tape. It's just so expensive. Ah, gotcha, Christina. That's good to know. Don't glob it on. All right, let me see. Here's another little pink piece, and this is blue. So maybe we'll put that one right here. All right, I think I like that. Just getting some layers, and I think we need just a couple more pieces, so maybe this pink can go in here. All right, go right here. And I think I need a little something in these two areas. Oh, I've got a piece of a coloring book. Let's put that down. Okay, and what else do I have here? There's another book page. I was trying to see if I could find something that would fit. Let's do this book page. I'll put it right here. I'm trying to put the book page going in all different directions, the text, so that, you know, if you're looking at this, you're not like, oh, well, that's upside down, because it's consistently going in the same direction. Everything falls off your pages, Christine. Well, that's the glue stick. Yeah, the glue runners that you've used over the years, don't say they just glue that falls off. I like Aleene's tacky glue. I find that it sticks the best for me as long as I get it on the paper, you know, and get it covered. I think I need a little something right here. Looking through my scraps that I have laying here. Oh, here's a little pink piece. Maybe I'll put it right there. All right, so I just added a few things all over. So I'm going to get rid of my scraps. Set those to the side again. And so now what I want to do is I want to add some color in a couple places. So let me grab a couple of stencils. Let's see, maybe I've got the quilted starburst. And what else do I have laying out here? I have the Wild 4 stencil. And what else? Let's do, got the Scandinavian wallpaper. Now I might use the Connected Daisy stencil. Is that enough stencils? Let's go with those to start with. All right, so let's get the Connected Daisy stencil out first. And I'm going to lay it over my page because I really want to add some color right here. We kind of have a teal and purple and pink going on. I think I have Pop Rocks here. It's almost empty. I'm trying to use it up, so I'm just going to spray a little bit. And I may see if I have, grab a pink. This one's a pink, so let's add that. Nope, I didn't shake it up enough. I probably just clogged my sprayer. Oh, there it goes. And if we want, you can grab another piece of paper and mop up the tattered angels. So now we have that piece that I can use somewhere else. And I don't like it. I guess because the tissue paper was wet, but you got a couple of spots there. I'm going to dry this real fast. I think what I'll do is I'll grab a piece of this that I just made. And maybe we'll lay that in the middle there. So you still get that pattern. I'll dry it some more and then we'll glue this down. Okay, get my brush. It's a little wet, so I'm going to try to get some of that glue water off. Okay, let's put that right in here. So now we got the pattern here, and then we've got it repeating up there. Okay. Alrighty. Connected Daisy. Let's put that over here. Back in the folder where it belongs. Back where you belong. And maybe I'll get out the Wild stencil. And we'll do it here. Maybe we need a darker purple. Here, I've got a dark purple. So make sure this is fully purple. And I'm going to press it down with my hand and then spritz it. And let's grab another piece of this paper. So I ended up mopping that up. And then there it is on the paper. And let's do something over here. Maybe the Scandinavian wallpaper. Let's put that over here. Do we want to use the purple again? Yeah, let's use a little bit of that purple. And I may see if I have a blue. This is a really dark blue. This was from a Christmas kit a while back. Okay. And one more. Here we go. Got a little book page. I'll just lay that in that Tattered Angels. Oh, I didn't even show you what that looked like. Okay, so that was using some Tattered Angels over some different papers. I think now what I want to do is I want to add some acrylic paint. I'm digging around here. I've got some, these are metallics, so I'm thinking we might use some of those. I've got and I think this is silver and this is a different type of paint, but it's still a paint. Oh, I've got this bright pink, but I don't think I have a metallic in that. I'm looking what else. We've got this lighter purple, and what else? Maybe a teal. We've got a pink, we've got a silver. I don't know, let's see what happens here. I've got a little gift card, and let's just get a little bit of this paint. Oh, I hope the bad weather skips you by. And I'm just going to add a little bit of paint in a couple of spots. And we've got, that was a metallic turquoise. This is sapphire. Just kind of adding it into a few spots. All right, so that was sapphire. Here is a pink. This one is a fuchsia. I'm trying to use up these smaller bottles of paint that I've had forever. Got a little too much right there. I'm going to use my finger. Okay, and then maybe right there. Maybe a little bit right there. Okay, I like that. What else do we need? We did the turquoisey. We haven't really done a purple, so I've got this metallic purple I'm going to put out here. It looks like a lot of blue here instead of purple. It's a little bit of everything. There's a lot of purple there. Trying to get just a little bit on my card that I'm using. Okay, and I've got this silver. I think what I'm going to do is just stick my finger in it and add a little bit in a couple of spots. Well, that's kind of pretty. It just kind of shimmers. Thought maybe where the book pages kind of are plain, I'll go around those a little bit. So it's not white anymore. Maybe a little bit up here. Okay, I think that looks pretty good color-wise. Kind of getting it. Oh no, right now it probably looks like a hot mess on the camera. Little blobs here and there. But I think what I want to do next is I want to dry it and then possibly, maybe I'll go ahead and cut it before I do my next layering. That way I can do the layering directionally if I want. Well, it's kind of hard to, it shows purple instead of blue. So here is, I was going to get my color wheel. There's a color wheel. So if that helps you, this is a red violet. Here's a violet. I'll move this around so it, okay, let's go this way. Oh, that should help. There. So there's the blue and the violet. So if that kind of helps you to adjust your screen. I'm trying to dry the paint. Okay. Still wet. That's the only bad thing about sometimes messing with acrylic paint is if you put it on too thick, you've got to wait for it to dry. I like the metallic paints. I don't know if y'all can see all that shimmer. Go down here. So y'all having a great day? You got plans for your week? Anything that you're going to be doing special? Go over here, get this dry. I'm using the Heat It tool by Ranger Ink. I think now they're black. Mine's one of the older ones. I like it because it's really quiet. Oh, Hercules took y'all out. Oh, dear. Okay, I think that's pretty dry. I'm getting my paper cutter. I don't know why I didn't say that, but I'm getting my paper cutter out because I think what I want to do is take this and fold it in half. And it's still wet right there, so I'm going to try to... Got a paper towel. I think I see what happened. I got a paint booger. Thank you so much, Margie. Hey, Margie. How are you? All right. I think what I want to do is have it to where my pages open this way, up and down, as opposed to traditionally from left to right. So I'm going to use, when I get to that point, these are going to be my cover. So I want to make sure that I'm staying within that. So that would be, let's do 6 1/4 inches wide. And then if we go this way, they need to be about 9 inches. So I'm going to use the edge that I folded to be my straight edge at the top and slide this into my paper cutter and cut these the best I can. And I'll do this one more time. All right, and I'm going to keep this piece. Maybe we'll use that to make pockets. So then we need to do 9 inches. So I'm going to just rotate this around and then cut off any excess. I could leave it long, but I'm going to go ahead and just cut it. Could tear it as well. All right. We've got some scraps. I'll just throw them in my scrap bin. Put my paper cutter back where it belongs. All right. Okay. Oh, don't do that. So I want it to open this way. I'm just looking to see if I need to change anything. I don't think so. I think now what I want to do is kind of embellish in this direction. So let's get some rubber stamps. Yeah. And I gotta grab a scrap of paper or something. Let's see what we've got here. I can use these. I like to stamp on top of paper and not on my mixed media mat because to me it doesn't come off very easily. I've got the henna rose. I've got my new butterfly. I've got the curl border. I think it's called curl border. And I've got some Beeline Design stamps, and I think this is an old Stampers Anonymous stamp. All right, let's get the Archival Inkjet Black. I'm going to get rid of these paints. Put them down there. I'm trying to clear it off my desk as I go. Okay. Yay! Glad you're here, Ada. All right, so I've got some Archival Inkjet Black. So I'm just going to go and make a few stamped areas on here. Kind of like that. So I'm just going to flip it over and do it again. I like that. I think I'm going to just keep doing that same stamp, and then what I'll do is I'll pick up the next stamp and keep moving my papers around. It's a hot mess going on here. Maybe right here in this corner. This is the Henna Rose stamp. You know, think of your stamps, what you might have that you could kind of use to add a little texture. All right, let's put that aside. And I've got, I know what I want to do. I want to grab some more stamps, if I can find them. See which one inspires me. Oh yeah, so I've got this one. And somewhere I has the stars and hearts. Where did I put that one? I tried to organize my stamps, and sometimes it still doesn't quite come out the way I want. Here we go. So maybe I've got this little, I don't remember what I called it now. It's a little mixed media hash. Was it hand-drawn grid or something? Robin, you got this stamp. You remember what we called it? Just kind of add a couple of markings. Okay, got that one. We'll put it back in my... And let's see. Oh, well, I have the dragonflies. So I'm going to get out the dragonfly number 2. Dragonfly number 2. This is going to be a page in a journal that I'm making. It's subtle, but it's there. I'm going to make it go this way. Kind of put it over that pink area. So you can kind of see it just a little bit in the background. Oh, I forgot to use the grid on this one, didn't I? Oh, well. Let's put one right there. Okay. And we'll put the dragonfly back where it belongs. Okay, I like that. What else can we use here? I've got this daisy stamp, little daisy. I'll stamp it in a couple of spots. I like it. Kind of makes it bleed with the blend in with the coloring book page. I lost my page for a moment. All right, maybe right here and right there. Right there. Throw it around, Linda. And maybe right there. Okay, I like that. We're getting there. And granted, I may end up doing all of this only to cover it up, but that's okay if we cover it up. We use the curl stamp. Let's just do it right across here. And let's do it right here. Maybe going up this corner. Go this way. Okay, I like that. Maybe right up here. I'm liking this. I know it looks kind of a hot mess at the moment, but it's the background. And honestly, you can sit and play. And if you don't like how it's looking at the moment, maybe you're not super into the color theme that started happening, well, cover it up. Paint it over. Put some white gesso over it or white acrylic paint and just paint over it. Okay. I like that. All right, so let's decorate some of these pages a little bit. Because I think we're going to we got writing space on this side, and maybe what we should do is stencil it, and I can stamp it. Let's do that. I'm going to fold them back the other direction. And to help finish off this page, is I'm going to stamp it all the way around. So we're going to stamp it here. I made this stamp so you can butt it up to the existing image and keep going. Go like that. There we go. What do you think? That kind of just added a little bit to it, didn't it? Buy pretty paper packs and save the time. I'm using up all of my mixed media papers that I made. And I'm not spending any money. The mesh rubber stamp. Thank you. I couldn't remember what it was called. Mesh. Uh-oh. Junkie Joe doesn't like you today. He didn't want to give you any more junk bucks, Julie. Okay, I like it. I like it. Okay, so we did that side with a little bit of stamping. Let's do this one. Go ahead and stamp this down. Okay. I'm in focus. You do this a lot, but it's great to just add a little something to it that wouldn't distract from, but gives you some border to write within, so it's not plain anymore. Okay, go this way. Oh, I already got that one. Okay, good. I think I do want to put some stenciling on here. And I just happen to have a quilted starburst laying here. So let's put it up here. And we'll do some distress oxide. What do we want? What do we want? What do we want? What? I've got Mermaid Lagoon and picked raspberry. Is this? No. Where is my pink? There it is. All right. So there's my Mermaid Lagoon. So what I'm doing is I'm going to do some of the patterns in the blue. There it is. Then I'm going to get the pink, which I really need a re-inker for, but we're just going to go with it and see how this comes out. All right, let's see. You ready? There we go. Oh, that's kind of cool. What do you think? Just gives us a nice vivid pattern on the back. Or let's do it again. We'll do the same thing. And then what I'll do is I'll get a different stencil to do on the other pages. How's that? Let's get some green. Go here. And go here. Go here. All right, and then we'll get the pink. Sometimes when the pink meets the blue, it kind of turns it purple. Now remember, we're working with Distress Oxide. If you're going to do another layer and you're worried about this layer moving, then you'll want to seal it. You can seal it with a spray adhesive, spray fixative. Okay, I like that. So when we go to that page, bam! All right, let's put this. I've got a bucket of water. Since it's got Distress Oxide on it, I'm going to put it in the water to wash it off. All right, then let's get a different stencil. Maybe we'll go back to the Connected Daisy stencil. And what color? Oh, we already did this one. I need this one. So if I put this on here, I wonder how well the yellow would show up, or if I'm going to regret doing the yellow. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to find my yellow, which nope, that's not it. That's marigold. Yellow. I've got my yellow, and I don't care what the backside of this looks like, so I'm just going to stick it under here, and let's see what happens. So it makes it a muted yellow. I think that'll work. That's what I want. All right, so I'm getting a little bit of that. What color is this one again? Squeeze Lemonade. I wonder if I have the re-inker. I don't think I do. Oh, I do. Good. I'm going to re-ink it. All right, so I'm just shaking up the re-inker. I finally got the mixing ball going. This was a set of 12 colors that I bought a couple of years ago, and it came with the re-inker, so I bought them all at once. One big package. All right, so now this should be nice and juicy. I think this will be a nice color on that brown paper. Now, if you don't like the stenciling over your rubber stamping, do the stenciling first. Are you ready? There it is. Isn't that kind of cool? All right, let's do that. The yellow, it's called Squeezed Lemonade. I don't think I've put it in there because I don't think I've ever used it. So I'll have to add it if I don't have the link, Robin. But I like it. I like the way it came out on this brown paper sack. I like it. I like it a lot. All right. You like it? And that turned out pretty cool. So you got a little pattern on there. All right. So now let's put these away. Let's contemplate our next move, which I'm thinking, my thought was I have some calico collage images that I printed that I thought I could make. I think my fingers are wet, so I'm going to dry my hands. Okay, so I've got these images, and my thought was I could maybe attach them on other paper. I'm kind of thinking these colors, and got that one. Ooh, maybe that one. I don't know. I've got those 4. Now, I don't know that I want to actually cover up these pages with that big image, especially since I spent all that time collaging it. But what I could do is get a couple of book pages and make those my pages. I think that's what I'll do. I'm looking in my pile here. So I don't think I have any full. Let's see. Oh, do I have? Oh, here's some. Okay, I need 4. So I need one more. Okay, now I've got it. So my thought was I would take these and I think what I want to do is glue these at the top here. So I'm just going to fold this over. So that I can use that as a guide to glue them together. So I'm going to put some glue right here and glue this down. Smoothing it out. All right, and then I'm going to come back over and fold this. All right, I want to cut off this area here. And I think I want to cut these to be the same height. All right, so let's turn it this way. Oh, that's what I was doing wrong. I had it the wrong way. I was like, why isn't this working? So 9 inches. I want to go 9 inches from the top. And I'll trim off. The book page was ripped out of the book, so it still had some of the glue residue, and it did not cut very straight. Come on. That may be all I get out of it. All right, so I need this to be 6 1/4 inches wide. Now, do I want to... Oh, I don't know. I'm just going to go ahead and cut it for now. All right, so there's one that's going to be a base page. So I'll do that again. I probably should have glued them together before I decided to start cutting. So I'm going to get the next one and fold over this top just so I can have a guide. And we're going to glue it. Got to find the glue again. So this is really thin book pages. These are dictionary pages. I've had them for a while now. Okay, smooth that out. Line it up. Okay, so I want to cut this at 9 inches again. Make sure I get to the 9. I could have left that bottom section and made it a pocket, but these papers are so thin. That's why I'm going ahead and just trimming it down. All right. 6 1/4 by 9 inches, which makes this 18 inches across the 2 pages. Okay. So now my thought was I can paste these to my paper, my backgrounds, right? But they're kind of plain, and I think I could get away with, oh, I could almost get away with a 1-inch strip at the top and the bottom, but it looks like I would need to make it a little bit shorter. So let me find a couple of gel prints. I think I just saw, ooh, look at that. And, oh, and this one. And what else? Oh, I've got that one. I need one more, maybe? Or maybe this one. So these are from my mulberry gel printing session I had a couple weeks ago. Okay. So, let's see here. If I cut, what do we need for the top and the bottom here? So 1 inch would be right there. Oh, I could get away with, I think, 1-inch strips. Let's cut one into 1-inch strip and see what happens. Did I get a new toy? What toy is that? I'm just playing with what I have. Let me see. I'm trying to go back to see. Yeah, the spring flowers are new colors. Yeah, I love the images that Norella's come up with. Okay, I'm trying to read the chat. Thank you so much. I thought they turned out pretty good. I just realized I haven't ever uploaded them. I made them into digital downloads, but I haven't uploaded them. I'll go ahead and cut 4 strips. And let's see how this looks. Didn't I cut 4? Where'd it go? Did I leave it on the... Oh, I left it on the paper cutter. I was like, where did it go? All right, so maybe this one with this one. So what I'm going to do is glue this to the edge here, and then we'll put this over the top of it, and we'll have a pretty paper. I think I want to go ahead and add some Distress inks, though, to this piece. You'll see it on the outside edge for sure. Oh, no, I've had this guillotine forever. I've had it for a really long time. I bought it at a store called Big Lots here in Yukon, and it was at that time around $50 for this guillotine, and I got it for $20 at Big Lots. And this has been years ago. I've had it for a really long time. Okay, I've got these edges are all distressed. Let's do this one too. We could make this a pocket before we glue it down. Maybe I'll glue it to another book page, and then we'll have a large pocket on the page. Yeah. All right, so I'm going to go across here. So get my glue. I'm just going to dip it into the, and then move it up. Okay, and get my scissors. So I got a little strip left over. We may find a place for it somewhere else. So I'm thinking, let's just go across the bottom, and then I'll fill in the middle. So it gives it a different kind of a frame. You could kind of start it off the edge and make it go all the way around. It depends on your style that you like. Okay, put this right here. Okay, I like that. And then we're going to put in here and here. So I'll get a pencil. I said I'd get a pencil. Here it is. I'm going to flip this over and butt it up to that piece and come down here. That's where I need to cut it. I'm going to do the same over here. That's where I need to cut it. So I'm just going to cut it across. Do the same here. And since I cut that edge, I'm going to put some Distress ink on it. And then we'll glue those in the middle. Yeah, it probably would be more if now, because I've looked at one of the newer guillotines that Fiskars offers, and I'm like, ooh, I'd love to have that one to upgrade my old one. Okay, I'll put that right here. Trying to get it centered. This will help thicken that other paper since it was so thin. Oh, and I just thought of another idea that I can do. So, yay! Oh, I didn't get it perfect. Oh well, I probably got them swapped. But that's okay. It's a junk journal. We're just using all of our bits and pieces. I saw earlier, here it is, where I had made this pocket piece and it fits. Okay, good. I'm going to switch this up a little bit. So this was a pocket piece that I made that you can load from the top. And I'm trying to decide, because that would make it, the edge of it would be up here. So I'm thinking I'm going to add another strip of paper and make this a side loading pocket. I'm looking for my strips of book pages, which I think I moved. That's what happens, right? You want to keep something close by. Aha! I got one. All right, so I'm going to glue right across here. There. Cut the corners. And I think it doesn't really matter. So I think I'm going to make this side the opening of our pocket. So what I'm going to do is glue this flap down all the way. Smooth that out. It's different if the binding had been on the side, then I would have kept that top loading pocket. But since I'm folding it from the top, I want to open my pocket from the side. Trim this off. All right. So this is from one of my mixed media sections a while back where I had made this pocket. I believe there's a tutorial that shows you how to make all these multiple pockets. All right, so I'm going to put that right here. I like it. All right, and then let's go over here and I'll cut some strips again. So let's see, how wide is this one? I don't think it's wide enough that I could reuse it. Yeah. I'm going to try something. 1, 2. Now, if I did this right, I should be able to put one here, and one there, one here, and one there, and this should go down there. So I didn't have to cut but 2 strips. All right, I'm going to drink of water. I'm thirsty. Y'all enter the raffle. I have no idea what I'm going to give away. We'll think of something here in a moment. I'm going to add some Distress inks. All right, what did I do with my dauber? Seriously, Linda? It was just here. It didn't get... Oh, there it is. It did get put back where it was supposed to. All right, let's go down the sides. And we already got that one and this one, so I think it'll be covered up. So I'm going to do this side. All right, I'm going to glue this down in the middle, top and bottom. Okay, put this one down here. This may become a multi-week project. I'm kind of liking what I'm doing here. Okay, I got that one. Now we're going to do this one where it'll go down the side. I don't need this right now. Go down the edge. Okay. Get enough glue on there to keep it down. Now we'll glue the other side down. I'm in the zone. Oh, or not. We might cut it up or not. Let's see if I did okay. I may have gotten this piece over too far. Oh, I did get it over far enough. I'm impressed. Okay, so I'm going to trim this off. Here. And here. So now I hardly have any scraps left. So this piece I'm going to put over the top, or one of these, I don't know. Let's do this one. We'll get a book page. Well, is that going to be big enough since I tore it wrong? Yeah, okay. All right, let's add some, I've already got distress inks on that piece. That's good. So set that aside. I'm going to move it down to where I have a little bit of a border all the way around. I'm going to make a pocket out of this whole page. Okay. I didn't even use one of the rubber stamps I got out that I was going to use earlier. All right, get my bone folder so I can smoosh that out. All right. I was using my guillotine because of the thickness of the paper. Sometimes it's easier to cut it on my guillotine. When it's thinner paper, I can pretty much use my regular Fiskars paper cutter. All right, I'm going to trim this corner and this corner. So, everybody still with me? You losing me? Am I losing you? All right, so this is going to go right here. So I'm going to fold this over. So it'll definitely give a little bit more heft to the page by putting the border all the way around. And if I had just cut this pattern paper like in half, I couldn't even done this design where I had a border all the way out to the edge. But by cutting it into strips, I've got a border. So do we always want a pocket loading this way? Because that's where this one is. I think so. All right, so I'm going to glue this one down. We'll figure out something to do. Maybe we'll use these pieces as tabs to pull our journal card out of the pockets. All right, so now I'm going to glue this down as a pocket over my page. Glued to the screen. Okay. Take care, Ada. Thanks for being here. Have a wonderful Independence Day. All right, so I'm just going to position that in the center and smoosh that out to the edges. So when we flip this page up, this is the inside. On this side of the journal, goes this way. And then there's a couple of pockets. Like here's a pocket, and there's a pocket here as well as here. And there's another pocket there. I just grabbed this really fast because I saw it in my stash. All right, so for the other side here, it's looking kind of plain. So I'm thinking maybe we'll just make some additional writing space. I've got some coffee dyed paper. Let me see what I've got here. I've got some of my handmade papers too. And maybe what I could do is use a smaller piece of the handmade paper. Like we've got this piece. Maybe I'll tear it and then I can have pieces of that. That's what I'm going to do. Okay. And maybe put down some coffee dyed paper. I don't know. Okay. So since if I have this piece and if I were to fold it in half, I could kind of rip it. I'm going to fold this over just for the moment so that I can see what one page looks like. And I think it's okay if it hangs off the bottom. I want to go this way. I think I like that color better. But I don't want it interfering with the spine. And that gives us some pretty writing paper. And let's do another mixy media. Let's do some, do we want to use acrylic paint? Or do we want to use Distress Oxide and just go around the edges? I think we'll do Distress Oxide. And let's do it with the Seedless Preserve. So that'll kind of pop behind that blue. And I was going to, let's use the blending brush. I was going to just do it direct to the paper, but I think I better do this. That pad's pretty juicy, so it'll give us a nice edge. And then I could take my rubber stamps and go around that outside edge a little bit, and I'll probably rip that handmade paper down just a little bit. Oh yeah, make your... Well, I bought a blender from the thrift store, Julie. You might check your local thrift store for a blender. Love the blue. I have two that I picked up for like $5 at a thrift store. It doesn't matter as long as what brand it is, as long as it goes. The motor still works. All right, let's go around this way. We're adding all the different colors together. Okay, I like that. Yeah, that's the cheaper the better. All right, let's stamp around this edge after I dry it, because that Distress Oxide's still wet. Still very wet. You're back! Thanks for coming back, Sheila. I'm just kind of drying that Distress Oxide ink. See how that's going to look behind there? I think that'll look good. I'm going to stamp it. Let's use... I've got it out already. I'll just use the Henna Rose stamp again. It seems to be one of my favorites to use. And I'm okay if it has kind of a distress stamping, that it didn't get perfect, because it's just for decoration around the edge. I got to trim this blue down, but I think that's going to look really good with that pink in the background. Oh, but they want to fly. Shoo, fly, shoo! Okay, go around the edge. Go right here. I think what I'm going to do with the other pages is, I think I have some pockets I can glue down. All right, so now I'm going to get my ruler, and I'll line this up here, and I'm going to put my ruler down here at the bottom so I can kind of tear this. I'm okay that it's not perfect. I just want to tear it. And I think that looks really good over that pink. Yeah, it's been hot, hot, hot. Oh, thank you. Get in on the raffle. This handmade paper, I had saved a bunch of scraps and some newsletter paper that I had in my stash to get this vibrant kind of a teal color. I think I'm going to stamp this butterfly. It's my newest butterfly, and I've already... Ulysses butterfly. I'm going to stamp it right here. Oh, that looks good. Okay. And flip this over. Let's see, which way do I want to tear that? I was just getting a little bit of trim on the side here. Okay, maybe right here. And then let's tear off Oh, I hope I didn't go too far. Oh, that'll work. Okay, let's stamp this real fast with the same Ulysses butterfly. Okay. Glue that down. Okay, so that kind of gives me another little page. I can add some more embellishments to it if I want, but I just want to kind of see how this is coming together. And then this page would be another page, but we need something in the center to focus on, maybe. I've got a thing of pockets I just saw a minute ago. Where is it? I've got a mixed media pocket that I made a while back. I'm kind of thinking maybe putting one of those right there. I've got 2 of those. And then we'll make some journal cards. Oh, I've got some more here that I haven't added the gussets to, so I could put those on the other page if I want. All right. So like this could be a journal card that went in there. All right, so I'm going to glue this down. This already has little gussets on it. Okay. Here we go, here we go, here we go. I'm going to come up just a little bit so that you can kind of see the dragonfly poking out below. And as long as we keep it low enough that I can get my journal card in the pocket. Okay, I'm liking this so far, how it's coming together. And I think what I need to do is put another pocket on the other side. And I think what I want to do is I want to go ahead and decorate the envelopes that I want to use as my cover. Do I have one? Yeah, here's one already. I'm going to go ahead and glue that one down here. So it doesn't cover up all of my mixed media papers. We're getting a pocket that's a mixed media pocket on top of it. Okay. Okay. Like that. I'll set this aside for a second. Oh yeah, we got to do a prize, huh? Okay. All right, let's see who's in the raffle here. Who's getting 200 junk bucks, and that winner is Ada. Congratulations, Ada. I believe she had to go, but we'll get that to her. And we're going to reset. Yes. And what is this? Miss Papers, stickers, and a stencil. So I've got a little baggie of goodies that I put together because some of the stuff was given to me. It's been in my stash. I've got some creative memory stencils. There's some different scrapbook paper. Some of them may have had a punch or something die cut. There's some we remember when scrapbooky journal sticker kits. These are like little sentiment foil seal. And what else? Some more stickers. So I just thought I would pass that along to someone else that might use it. So put it back up here out of the way. All right, so I've got these 2 started, because I think I want to go ahead and do the covers, which are going to be these two envelopes. And what I'm thinking is making this joined at the top here, and that you can still use these as envelopes. So I want to join them together, and then I want to decorate them. So I'm going to put it up here at the top, and you know, I've got some washi tape here, so I'm just going to use some washi tape and lay it across here. I probably didn't get it straight. No, but we can fix that. I want a little bit of a gap. And I'm going to go ahead and trim this side off. And then pull it around. Well, I was going to pull it around. Maybe I'll just tape it and cut it off again. I'm going to cover it up with some other papers so it doesn't have to be perfect. All right, so that's going to be the inside where there's going to be a pocket. So let's grab a couple of, you know, I've got these gel prints. I could put that on the front and put one of these images over the top of it. Maybe this one. I kind of like that. I could do the 1-inch strips. I might. No, I think I'm going to go ahead and just cut it to fit that size. All right. All right, let's mark this the same width. So go like that. These were just some oversized envelopes that I found years ago. My mom used to work for American Greetings, and then a friend worked for Hallmark, putting out all the greeting cards out in the stores. I think I may want another border to go on my frame around the photo, around the image. Maybe a border around that. And I think I want to stamp around this one. I'm getting too many things on my desk again, so let's get rid of that. And I'm going to use this curl stamp and stamp around the edge. Margie might be busy. She may have company, or she may be eating dinner. All right, let's go this way, this way, this way. Oops, got off a little bit. Doesn't that make it completely different by putting that border on there? And I'll put this in the middle, but I think I want to get a piece of paper. What color should I get? Let's see what I have here. I have this purple kind of color that we could use. If I were to put just a little border behind that, I'd probably get away with cutting it this way. All right, so I'm going to just come in here. I think that'll work. And then we'll cut it this way. I think I'll go ahead and stamp around that edge, so it's not just that pink purple. It's got a pattern on it. Yeah, because you're bending over constantly, you know, getting those cards and cleaning it up. Okay, so I'm going to stamp around this outside edge. We'll use the Henna Rose. It's laying here already. Now, if you don't have colored paper like this, you can dye your own. You can use things like food coloring, and you can use Kool-Aid. Some people use flavored teas. I've used Tattered Angel's Glimmer Mist. I've used avocados, and I've used blackberries from my blackberry bush. And my friend Beverly has used cherries from my cherry tree. It's kind of funny. All right, so I'm just going to add some distress inks here. How is that when we layer it all up? Just adds a little bit more to it, doesn't it? Oh, you have a gold ink pad? I have one in my stash somewhere. You have to re-ink it every time you use it because it's a gold metallic. All right, so I'm just going to add glue all the way over. And we'll glue it down. Get it lined up. And then I just had my bone folder. Did I put it up? I did actually put it up. I'm liking it. That looks pretty good, doesn't it? All right. Delicote Golden Blitz Pigment Ink Pad. Delicata? Interesting. I'll have to look that up. I think the one I have might be... I think it stays on, but I'm not positive. Okay. I like that. Does it need to be another pocket? You know what? I'm going to glue it down as an additional pocket. I won't put the gussets on it, but maybe, you know, when you're using this, you want another place to tuck something in. And you have that option right off the front cover. Oh no, I almost messed up. Whew, I got it. I started to put it down and it would have been upside down. All right, let's try this again, Linda. All right, just make sure I don't have any glue on this side. Jiminy Christmas. Okay, that looks pretty good. So there's a pocket here, as long as I don't glue it shut. Try to keep putting my bone folder in there. That'll help. All right, and then when you flip this up, there's a pocket here. So let's add some distress inks to the inside and maybe even add some stenciling. No rules. Oh, silver, yeah, yep. Can do whatever you like. Don't ever let somebody tell you that there is a wrong way to build a junk journal. There is not. I'm just getting rid of a few things to my side here. I think we'll do some stenciling on the inside. And maybe even add a different piece of paper to the inside spine so we don't see the washi tape. And I'm just messily adding some distress inks to this. I get that? Let's do the back. Okay. Now, we need something to go right here at the top. I still have, I've got this little scrap. And it fits. Look at that. Let's just add some distress inks and we'll glue that at the top there. Yeah, I caught it. It would have been unique for sure. They're like, I don't understand how this journal works. Why is everything upside down? Oh, dear. All right, let's put this up here. Look at that. We'll add some stenciling to this, I think. And then we need something in the center here. I have a piece of this handmade paper, but I don't think I have a big enough strip. So let's look in my pile here. That's not big enough. That one would be big enough. What else do I see here? I think I like this one. And I kind of like the wider width. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to fold it in half this way so I know where the middle is. And I'm just going to use my scissors to trim this off. So now I know where my middle is. Let's add some distress inks to it. Oh my goodness. Junkie Joe's passing out some money. All right, so that's going to go right in the middle. So there's my fold. There's my fold. All right, let's put this right here. So I'm just kind of matching up the fold, and then I'll use my bone folder to smooth it out. So that gives us a little bit more strength to our spine. I like it. I'm trying to decide if we're going to need a way to close the flap on here. It may stay. I guess we could, because it's coming from this way, if we had a pocket. Now, I'm just going to leave it for now. I'm going to leave it for now, but let's add some stenciling. I've got the Wild Stencil 4. Apparently I had something sticky on it. Did I get it off? Let's get this. Okay. So, what color? Maybe the pink? The picked raspberry again? I may mix colors. Let's see what happens. Uh-oh, gotta go, gotta go, gotta go. Let's see how that looks. Well, it's got a little bit of the picked raspberry, I think, on the stencil, because I think I forgot to clean this stencil the last time I used it. not picked raspberry. What was I trying to say? Seedless preserves. Because it kind of had that hint of color to it to me. That looks pretty good. Now let's do the back. Now, if you think the envelope is too thin for a journal cover, we can make some journal cards that are thicker to go inside. I'm going to put this in my bath. I just realized I missed a spot, but that's okay. So my thought was, we've got 2 journal pages somewhat done here, but probably grab some of the coffee dyed paper or others. So if I kind of line this up, and then the book would flip like this. But this side's going to be upside down. So maybe what I should do is make this a cover so that when you flip this up, I'm going to add something, a focal point to this side. I think. See what I've got that I can use. Do I want to use another calico? No. Might use it somewhere else. No, I want something more of a focal point. I found some wallpaper here, but that doesn't scream journal cover, does it? Oh, music. Oh, good. See, that doesn't go. To me, I am being a little bit picky at the moment because I'm trying to feel what's the best inspirational piece that I like. That's a bright pink. You know what I could do is make this to where it's hinged and decorate it so it looks like the journal cover, but it actually flips up and you have additional writing space. So now if I take one of these images and put it over that, do we get the effect I'm looking for? I think we'll stick with the pink. The back of this it's kind of thin, so I'm thinking I'll glue another piece of paper to it. How about, that one's not big enough, but this is going to be a good size here. That'll go in the middle. I do have some more of this purple. Let's see something. If I use that, that'll be a good thickness to the paper. Too feminine for what you're doing. Bold enough. Okay, I don't know what you're saying, Robin. Too busy? Too not bold enough? I kind of like this pink. That kind of stands out. Okay, let's do that. I'll glue that down to this piece. I'm trying to decide, do I want to, I'll just add some, either a strip of paper or some washi tape. to attach this piece to the cover. Okay. Get that all smoothed out. I could make it, instead of it flipping up, that it would flip out from the page. I'm going to do something. I'm going to try something here. I'm going to fold this over. Get this as smooth as I can. Just found my bone folder. So my thought was, if I put it here, this would fold out, and I could attach it with washi tape here, so that you have this fold over, and then you have writing space there. I think that's what I'm going to do. All right, so we need it right about there. Let me grab a paper clip or two. Is that what? Oh, I can't do that. I have to just guess. Okay, so let's put some washi tape on there. I've got this. I don't want that one. Don't want this one. Don't want that one. I'm trying to find one that's wide enough. There's a pink with polka dots. Let's just use that. All right, so I'm going to take this, if I can find the end. This one I didn't fold over. I've been trying to be diligent about folding over the edge of the washi tape before I put it away. Ah, I missed. All right, so I'm just kind of tacking that into place so I can cut it. All right, so we're going to come away from the edge just a smidge. I'm going to kind of fold that back. I should have done this differently, but that's okay. I don't know why I'm using the washi tape. Normally I would use a piece of paper. And I think I may end up doing that anyway. Okay, let's cut a strip. Here we go. Let's just cut a strip off of that. Line it up. This will be easier to glue down. All right, so I'm going to cut this even. I'm going to put this away. And I'm going to glue this down. Putting a little bit of glue on that piece of paper. Okay. There, I like that better. All right, now I just need to trim this. All right, you see that? All right, so this folds over, and it has writing space, and this folds over, writing space, writing space. And then I'll put this image on top of that pink. So we've got a little bit of a border of the white peeking out behind there. I may need to stamp that too. Yeah, it's going by fast. I think we're going to get off here in just a moment. So I'm hoping that I've given you a good taste of putting together some mixed media papers. You may not have the digital images, but maybe you've got a calendar that you have in your stash. Some greeting cards that are really pretty that you could use as a focal point. Kind of like that. I wished I had gone ahead and put some stamping on the edges before I glued everything down, but I'm just going to come in here and add a little bit more distress from my blending tool. I think that kind of helps a little bit. And I thought I saw, oh, I do. Let's see. I've got the word journal stamped on some coffee dyed paper. Maybe you like that. Do we need to put a border behind it? Hey, Lori. Okay. I don't need that. Put that over here. I've got a little piece of this handmade paper. So I'm thinking maybe doing something like that. I think that looks pretty good. Let's glue that together. So I'm going to put a little glue on the back of the word and kind of grab a hold of this piece and glue that all down. Okay. What do you think? Maybe right here. So I don't know. It may end up backfiring on us, but you know what I could do is make an altered paper clip that would go here to keep that closed, and it probably should be a two-sided paper clip. I wonder if I have something started. I found these. I think I could get away with making this a two-sided. Do we want that one or this one? Bloom. While we're thinking about that, this is actually ready to be a pocket. So if I cut a piece of paper that's just slightly larger to kind of make the base, I happen to have a paint chip. Do I want to do that? That makes it really big, but I think we could go just a little bit smaller. And I think if I do that in half, I might be able to get two out of it. Let's see how big this is. It is 7 inches. So if I cut this at 3.5, that's what it would look like. I'm going to come up just a little bit to 3.25. So I'm going to cut it 3.25 inches tall. Because I'm hoping that if I did this right, this piece could go on this side, and this piece would go on this side. And I might cut it just a little bit narrower. So let's go right here, and let's make it, got 2.5 inches. Let's do 2.5 inches. So I got a 2.5 inch border, and I'm going to cut this at 2.5 inches. Okay. So this one's going to go here, 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 and there. Let's see. I think it goes this way. Okay. All right. So I've got a piece of paper here that should fit. Maybe I need to cut it just a smidge. Okay. I'm going to take my paper clip. I'm going to put my paper clip with that piece of paper in between. Okay. And you can choose to tape this down. I think I'm just going to glue it into place. So what I'll do is I'll put glue so that this book page is adhered all the way down to the paint chip. And since it's a paint chip, it's a different type of paper, so it's kind of glossy. So I'm going to use my beacon glue. Junkie Joe doesn't want to share today. All right, now come out. I may have left it open too long one day. All right, I'm adding some glue to the back side. Ugh. I think I need to clean the nozzle out because it was not coming out very easily. All right, so now I'm going to take this piece and glue it down. Smoothing that out. All right, so now I'm going to put glue on this side. Making sure I only put it on the book page, not on the paint chip. Then you just made a block. All right. Make sure I've got it right side up. And then I'm just going to line these up so it should be the same size. Okay. Smoothing that out. So here's our inside of our paper clip. I'm just going to run my finger through there real fast. All right. Now this piece is going to go here. This is the lavender stamped twice in the word bloom. And then this is a pocket. So I'm going to go ahead and add some glue to the tab. I probably should have stamped around the edge, but I think it'll be fine. What do you think? All right, I'll put this one over here. This one I'm just going to go ahead and glue all the way down. All right. Y'all enter the raffle if you haven't already. We're going to give away this goodie pack. And I think I'm going to get off here early tonight because Henry should be home here shortly so we can have dinner. They have fireworks at the park at the end of our street. So we like to sit outside and watch that when we can. All right. So this is a two-sided paper clip that will fit over our page like that. So when you flip this up, it stays. And when you want to open it, you just pull out the paper clip and then this opens up. How's that? And it's pretty snug because of the way I put it together. And I like that it sticks out a little bit. Do you like it? Ah, Sheila's getting a coupon sent to her. Now this is a pocket here. And I thought I saw a little bitty. Oh, nope, that's too big. This one might fit. Nope, it's too narrow. Okay. I thought I had one already made. Well, we can make one. Well, I'm gonna make it today. But I like the way it's coming together so far. And I think we can put the word journal on this side too. Remember, there's a pocket here. So when we flip this up, we've got this side. And if you flip it over, it goes this way. I don't know. There's a different way to put this together. I think I'm going to add some more pages. That's only a couple. And I still have this one that I haven't finished yet. And I've already pre-cut another page. Where is it? Got it ready. So me just finishing decorating these two. And then we need some more writing space. And this would be a fun journal, don't you think? I like the handmade paper with the purpley pink background. So this will be good. I like it. So if we were to put this one here, put this in here, maybe some writing space. What do you think? Like it? All right, let's give away this bag of goodies. And I need to get off here. I get some dinner. Oh, there's storms right now? Wow, I didn't see. I thought I heard thunder a little while ago, but I wasn't sure. That's what happens. That's why they got it 2 nights, I think. All right, let's give this away. Pretty, pretty, pretty. You like it, Lori? Thank you. All right, who wants this little bag of goodies? Let's see who the winner is. Da, 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 da. Barbara Oliver. Congratulations. I'll get that sent out to you. Well, I hope y'all enjoyed, I don't know, some mixed media play, playing around with some different things, making these decorative pages, using some digital images along with some scraps of paper and a paper sack, some book pages. I'll end up adding some more things. Maybe we'll finish this up next week. I was going to do, what is it called? A traveler's notebook, but it depends if I can get all my stuff together. It's raining in Australia too, Stacy. How funny. Yeah, well, I'm glad it's going to rain because it'll be nice and cool. Nice and cool. All right. Well, I'm going to get off here. Y'all have an amazing week. Those of you that are American, that happy Independence Day tomorrow. Hope you have a great day. Don't blow your fingers off, as they say. Okay, good, 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 Barbara. Let's do something fun and creative this week. Get your supplies out and see what you can come up with. Have a little idea. Share it in the Friendly Junk Journal People Facebook group. We love seeing what you create there. And I hope that just coming here and hanging out for a little bit get you inspired to create and have some fun. Thank you all for supporting me, for hanging out with me during this time. I greatly appreciate it. And I hope you have an amazing week, as I've already said. Let's see, do something kind for somebody else, because you never know. It may just brighten their day enough that it makes a big difference to many people. Alrighty. Y'all have an amazing day. Thank you so much for being here. We'll see you next week. Bye, everybody.